at my notes, but just in case the glasses need to be here. So when Steve first asked me to introduce Allison or mentioned it, I'm like, oh no, you just do it because you're going to be standing up there. And he said, well, but you've known her longer and you know her better. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. So I went home, and that night I started thinking about it. And I started thinking about how long I actually had known Allison. Allison started in our golf programs when she was 8 years old. And, I mean, I even knew her before that, but that's when she started taking clinics and stuff. And way back then, we started working on her grip and her follow-through, because Allison had been playing softball, and she did not like to show her shoe. And all of you juniors who have been in my golf classes know what a nag I am about showing your shoe. So anyway, I remember all the way back then, the first things that we started working on. Allison, it has been an honor for me to be involved with her golfing career, and she has had some wonderful moments, like winning the high school championship in 2008 on her own as an individual her sophomore year. She won the state championship with her team the following year in 2009. And then she, watch her over here, and then she won the North-South in Pinehurst the following year in 2009 as well. Now she plays for Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons. She is a full scholarship athlete there. She is in her junior year. She's played in all the tournaments but one since she started. And her fall season just finished up right before Christmas, and she has the low stroke average on her team for all the people that played in the tournaments that fall. So she is doing quite well. And I think with no further ado, welcome Allison.
Before I get started, I need to give a huge thank you to Leslie. She's been with me since I started golf 14 years ago. There's no way I'd be where I am today without her. She's been a huge mentor for me, and I started playing in her group lessons and camps when I was 6 years old, and just loved playing in them because they were informative but so fun, and that was a huge thing that I loved to do, and I just liked having fun playing golf when I was little. I didn't want to be too competitive. My dad never pushed me to play. He just kind of nudged me towards golf. So that was really important to not be pressured to play. When I was 9, the club asked me if I wanted to play in the junior inter club, and I was so excited to play. It was at Providence. I'd never played in a tournament before. So the morning of the tournament, I walked out with my dad and saw 50 juniors out there, and could not believe that there were that many golfers, and they were all guys. So I was very nervous. So I went over to wait to hit. I didn't want to rub anyone the wrong way, so I waited to hit, and just looked around and tried to soak it in. My dad went over and volunteered to be a scorer because he knew I was so nervous. And so they called all the older kids, and they went out to their holes, and then all the younger kids were left. And so they told us to go to number 10. And so I walked over to number 10 and was just trying to get settled, get tees out of the bag, and get my balls, mark the balls, try to introduce myself to the other guys. And then they called my name first to tee off. And I could not believe it. I know women are supposed to go first, but I did not want to. So I got my tee out of my pocket, put it in the ground, placed the ball on top, and I noticed my legs were shaking. There was a knot in my stomach, and my hands are all sweaty, kind of like right now. But so any golfer is going to experience that moment of just feeling nervous, not really thinking straight, and it's important to experience that a lot. so my dad thought the best way to do this was to play in a lot of tournaments. And so I was fortunate enough to play in a ton. I can't even count how many I played in. But the feeling never goes away. You just learn to control it. And so since that interclub, the club and tournaments have evolved so much for women. There's the last interclub I played in when I was 17 years old. There were probably 4 or 5 girls out there. And it doesn't seem like a big jump, but it was for me. And now there's all girl tournaments. There's no guys in them, so that's kind of cool. And so then I got to high school, and I really enjoyed being on a team. I wasn't the only person anymore, the only girl. I was on an all-girls team. My sophomore year, Bart Whitney became the coach and transformed us into a competitive team. He had a great experience in high school and really wanted to give back to Audrey Kell and kind of have a great experience for us too. And so I'm sure you all have heard about his outstanding career as a coach, but until you've been on the team and experienced it, you have no idea how much he's transformed my life and been such a great role model. So my sophomore year, I also started getting recruited by colleges. So the coaches come out and watch you play at tournaments and see how you react. And so one tournament, I had gotten a new pair of golf shoes. And so I'd never worn them yet, didn't really like them, and so my dad made me wear them. And it's not a good idea, parents don't make your kids do this, because I got blisters after 9 holes. And so I felt like I could not wear them anymore, I could not finish. And so I asked the rules official what my options were. And she said I could either change shoes or take them off. Well, I didn't have another pair of shoes, so I just had to take them off and play barefoot for the next 9. And so I thought this was the right decision, but then I saw the Duke coach waiting on the 10th tee to watch me. So I was very embarrassed because Duke's a very classy school, and it was one of my choices, but so I was a little embarrassed and didn't really know how to go on because I had tan legs and white feet, and it looked like I was still wearing shoes, but... And so, I just had to overcome that and try to play as well as I could, and I actually ended up playing better on the backside than I did on the front. And so I got in, and by the 18th hole, all the coaches at that tournament had been watching me because they had heard about it. And so I thought I had ruined my chances, but little did I know, now it's kind of a little joke between the coaches who were there that day. And so any of you who are looking to play college golf, never give up. Even if you're playing bad in that round, never give up, because they don't care about any of that stuff. They already know how you are as a golfer, what your scores are. They just want to see how you react with your parents, with your playing partners, and just see how you overcome playing bad, because everyone plays bad. Everyone will have a really high number that's not like themselves, but just the way that you react. And so throughout the tournaments, I've met golfers all around the world and the country, and I've still kept in contact with them. I get to see them at their schools, and we meet at the tournaments, and I get to see their parents, and it's really fun. So if you're looking to play college golf, I highly recommend it. But advice that I have to give is it's a lot of work, and I know people say that, but it really is. It's a big time commitment. So I just wanted to go through a typical day of mine at school. So I wake up at 6:30 in the morning and get ready for workouts at 7. And then we have workouts for an hour, and then I go back and shower and get ready for class at 9. And then I'm in class till 1:45, then get ready for practice at 2:30, I'm at practice till 6, go to dinner, go to tutoring by 7, study a little bit more after, because I need to study a lot at Wake, and then go to bed and do it all over again. So it gets a little repetitive, but I love it. We get to travel all around the country. We're actually going to LA in February. We get to meet donors that support us, and we get to see our good friends playing in other sporting events too at Wake. Like, I'm friends with all the other athletes. We're really close. We're like a sorority or fraternity, so I'm not in one, but we're closer than a sorority or fraternity. And it's just an experience I'm never going to forget. Like, I've made friends for life. They're going to be at my wedding, hopefully. I just would never give it up for anything. And so hopefully you all are excited about playing golf. And I couldn't do this without Providence either. It's a great place to grow up. I'll never forget it. It will always be my home. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Thank you.